Hi guys, welcome and welcome back to my channel. And on today's topic, I'm going to get vulnerable and talk about how my first relationship caused me to be a secure avoidant. Okay? Now, I recently found this out, so I thought this would be a very interesting topic because I did make a video specifying the importance of learning yourself. Like, learning about yourself is very, 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 very crucial. And so in the video, I had also mentioned the importance of taking these like tests, like whether it's like personality tests, your 16 trait test, your love language test, how you navigated anger, whatnot, whatever it is, to really like just take those tests to like get to know yourself. So you also know what you have to heal, what you are strong at, and how to, you know, keep moving forward to better yourself, like to constantly keep on evolving. Okay, now within doing that video, I actually retook my love attachment test, and within taking that test again, I have always been a secure attachment style, very much so. I came from, you know, a great household, regardless of its own dysfunctionality. Nobody's perfect. It was a great, safe environment where I felt like I was okay to be myself, which is why I ended up being this like big crybaby, very emotionally in tune, and all of that jazzy jazz. In the test of love attachment, if you do decide to take it, there's a chart. It is very crucial that you take a screenshot of that chart and put it into ChatGPT or put it into any AI thing and ask it to break down what the chart is actually telling you, because that chart read me for fucking filth. That's what that chart did. It read me for filth. And within reading me for filth, I learned a lot about how bad I think my first relationship made me. So the reason why I titled it Secure Avoidant is because I'm by core a secure attachment individual. I'm not overly clingy, nor am I overly distant. I'm just the right amount, okay? But becoming an avoidant secure basically meant that my past relationship, and I don't want to just base it off of my first relationship, because I did date it after my first relationship till now. I am very picky when it comes to getting into a relationship because I know what I can be when I am in love. And I'm Kanye West. You know, I'm a full lifer. Okay? I am, how much does the earth cost about my person? I'm really like that. So I have to be very cautious about who I fall in love with and things as such. I become avoidant the moment I feel like my boundaries are not being respected. If my values don't align with the person, if my morals don't align with that person, if I feel like they are causing PTSD from past relationship, you are gone. But I don't think I realized how intense it was until I did that test. And so I can have this habit that it's to the point where after my first relationship, the shakiness that I got from it caused for me to create these boundaries and these regulations and these walls, where it's like the moment a person chips a part of that wall, even if it's like a rock, you're done. And it's a bad habit that I'm still unlearning, because it's very easy for me to walk away, is what I've understood. Is that the moment I feel like I am not being respected, and I would tell a person once, I would communicate it to the person like, hey, I really didn't like that you did that. Please, let's stop doing that, you know. And if I feel like it's not being respected or it's not being taken into account, I no longer feel the need to explain myself. I just leave. And I don't kick you out, or I don't make you feel any less of a man or anything like that. It's just, I just take myself out of the equation. It's just like, I don't know if anybody watched the recent interview that Tim's had with, I can't remember her name, but an amazing interview. And Thames was across that table convincing the girl that, you know, sometimes she takes a step back in relationship and she realizes that I am not what you need. It's from the song I'm Not What You Need. From Thames. And she's basically describing like sometime it takes her having to take a step back and going, you know what? This is not going to work. So I'm not what you need. And respectfully, I hope that you find something that better suits what it is that you're looking for in this right moment in your life. And that's kind of how I see it. So it doesn't make the person any less of a person because I chose to leave. I just thought that if I stayed here, you wouldn't know what to do with me. Because I knew what I was going to do with you. Like, I was going to be exactly what it is that you needed me to do, because that's the flexibility that I have on my side. But I saw from the small things that you were showing me that you were not going to be what I needed from you. And I respect it. And I told you, hey, you know, you tried your best. We all did. I respect you for pulling through and trying your best. But you know what? This is where I call it quits. And within understanding that, I think the gap kept on getting smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller the more I dated, the less lenient I became. And it kind of got to the point where it's like I don't even let people have a chance to reprove themselves. That's not a word. I'm thinking of a word, but it's not coming. Whatever. I don't give the chance for people to just try to show up again. It's just like, I warned you about something. I don't want you to do it again. Please don't do it again. Like, I don't know, like, just don't do it again. But again, it's a habit that I have to unlearn, because it's damn near like asking for perfection from people. And it's an unhealthy way of thinking. I even make mistakes in my everyday life, you know. And it wouldn't be fair for me to hold somebody to the standard of almost perfection if I can't even show up perfect, you know. I think that was one of the things that I had to kind of like learn for myself, where it was just like, okay, like, I can't be everything for everybody, and nor can people be that for me. But instead of being like adding more patience to those things, what I ended up doing was I altogether was like, well, since I can't be everything for everybody, people can't be everything to me. So once I see that somebody isn't everything to me, I just leave. Instead of, you know, having a real thorough conversation about how this is making me feel. I will put it past anybody that I do feel like in past relationships, dynamics, dating or whatnot, that I lost my train of thought. But I do think it's very important to know not when to abuse it. And I think in the past I have abused it quite a while, in the sense of I just don't have it in me to just keep explaining it to you. Just like I've had other past situations where I do think that it came very clutch that I had that mentality. And you kind of see with who you could communicate. There are some people that you'll tell them like, listen, I don't like how you went about it. And you could have a very thorough conversation with them, and they'll get it and they'll try to change. And it's even the trying to change is what I constantly look for. It's not the complete change, it's the trying to change. It's the holding yourself accountable. It's the saying like, okay, sorry, I fucked up. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'll try to do better next time. It's actually what I seek. But there have been instances where it's like people have came to me and I've brought up an issue and they get to gaslight. And hello? Do you know who I am? You can't gaslight the flammable. That's where you lose, buddy. So there are a lot of things that I still aim to unlearn, even with my frontal lobe fully developed. There are a lot of things that I still seek to unlearn. And that was my rant about how my first relationship made me a secure avoidant, and I'm slowly unlearning the steps to, you know, just become just secure. So that is the video I have for you guys today. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And if you love this video, send it to somebody that you feel like should hear it. And if that person is you, send it to you. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. Please make sure you comment your opinion down below, because I love hearing what you guys have to say. And for that, on the next episode, guys, bye, my loves.